ticket?
No.
You get many people, do you?
It's a mix. I mean, you do get a lot of people who are, they might only be literally nipping into Matalan or whatever, and they do take if they're only going to be buying one item, they do take the risk sometimes.
Do you let them off with that then if you're going to be 5 or 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah, that's why I've been here. Yeah, I'll always wait 10 minutes because they might be going to get change or...
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I always give 10 minutes, but obviously after that, they sometimes come back and say, oh, I went to get change, and they come back with bags full of shopping. And they probably haven't been long, but they've tried to pull a fast one, they get caught.
Do you get much grief then doing this job, or you must get a little bit?
You get a bit, yeah, you don't get loads.
How do you deal with that then? Just brush it off?
Yeah, pretty much. If you get too far, if you start making threats, I just radio security.
Do you?
Intu Security will send people over.
Oh, Intu. Right.
Generally, once they radio back and say, yeah, we've got officers on the way, they tend to go.
Do they?
Yeah. Well, they give it all that, they'll wait, and then as soon as they say, they can hear the radio and they say, yeah, we've got officers just walking up towards Matalan now.
What do the security do then if they turn up?
Yeah, well, they can ban them from Intu Centre and all these shops, yeah.
So is this all owned by Intu, is it?
This is owned by Intu, so yeah, they've served banning notices before.
Just for parking issues?
They're on camera as well, there's cameras on the car park, so we get them on camera.
Oh, is he?
They'll serve banning. They'll probably give him, I think there was one guy giving me a load of grief once and he got a 2-year banning notice.
How do you, this is one thing not concerned, but you know, curious. How do you get their details then? Say, I know you've got the registration, but say they come up now and give them a banning order. Where would they get their, how would they ban them? Would they ban what, the face or the, in case of mental note of the face, is it?
Yeah, that's all they can do, because I mean, I suppose you can't force someone to give you the name and address. They could refuse and say, we're not having the name.
Well, that's right, or even they could give you a different name anyway, couldn't they?
Yeah, they'll serve a banning note, they'll just get them on camera. They are pretty good though, the security around. Yeah, they will say, I hear them on the radio say, oh, that male that we banned a few weeks ago, I'm sure I've seen him outside M&S.
Oh, right.
They do escort them out.
Oh, do they?
So they do take the chance.
Yeah.
And
so what, do they not get police involved or anything like that, or is it a bit low level really, isn't it?
I think only if someone refuses to leave.
Yeah.
Because they're trespassing, aren't they?
Technically, yeah.
I think if they go over and say, right, you know you're not allowed in, they go.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It becomes aggravated trespass after that, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think if they start, you know, if they refuse to leave, they can say, well, we'll call the police then. But I don't think I've ever heard them do that. Usually they get a couple of the Intu guards go over and just tell them to go. And
is that sort of enough to scare them off, is it?
Yeah, I don't know about to scare them off, but it's. I think when there's a couple of guards and obviously there's people watching, they don't want to hassle, do they? The guards will go over and just say, look, you know you're not allowed in, you were banned a few weeks ago, you're not allowed in for 2 years, and once that happens...
So that could be a banning for anything, could it? I mean, not just parking, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people cause trouble in the Intu Centre, especially in there,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They get quite a lot then, do they?
Yeah, I get a bit, like I say, I get a bit, but I've been here a year and a half, and I've probably had about 4 people make threats towards me.
Oh, have you? Is it just you that patrols this, or is there
there's a couple of us, And then, as I say, your radio security, they tend to give it the big one or bring security on. As soon as Intu radio back a couple of minutes later, say, yeah, officers will be there in about 20 seconds, we're just walking up the ramp, they go.
Oh, right.
Very rarely, I think only twice have they stuck around, and then I've let the Intu guys deal with it.
What are they like then? Are they quite forceful in
Depends.
Getting rid of people,
they try and be friendly at first. They're all like, yes sir, no sir, all that kind of stuff. Like, can you just leave the area? You're causing a nuisance. But if people start getting really
threatening,
I mean, I've seen them take people down onto the ground before.
Really?
Police, not here, not on here, but I've seen them. I've seen them down outside Wilco's and that. There was a guy a few weeks ago.
Even on the footpath.
He was threatening the Wilco's guard. The Wilco's guard was just stood outside, just stood sort of like on the edge of the shop. Apparently, some guy started giving him grief, and he just said, "Look, just go." He just stood there in front of loads of customers, swearing, shouting at him. Radioed Intu sent a couple of guards over, and at first he was just like, look, just go, and that's the end of it. You've said your piece, do one.
That's right, do you not carry body cameras or anything like that?
We don't.
Do they Intu guards carry them, do they?
And we're supposed to. We are supposed to.
It makes sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I was told in April I was getting one.
Yeah.
And I'm still waiting.
Oh, right.
So,
when something happens, then they'll give you one, won't they? It's usually the way.
Yeah, pretty much, when it's too late.
That's right,
Like I said, I've only had 4 or 5 people make threats, and usually when you radio security, they give you a bit of that at first because they know they've got a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And as soon as the radio lights up and says, yeah, guards on the way, but there and about, we're literally walking up the ramp, we're with you in 10-15 seconds. You look round and these people giving you all that.
They've disappeared. Yeah.
They
So what's the fine then if they don't buy a ticket? What's the? Is it £60?
Yeah, and they can pay half in 14 days.
Right. And what happens if they don't pay it then?
Well, we chase them up through the DVLA.
Do you?
How far we chase them, I don't know.
That's out of your hand.
Because we're not traffic wardens. Yeah. We just.
So it's private. It's private parking. It's not council run. This is it.
So all I do is I put the fine on, and it goes off to our enforcement, and that's it. That's my bit
your
done.
job done. Yeah.
Now how far? I know that we write to people when they don't pay.
Yeah.
I know that much, but how far they chase them
if
they don't pay, I have no idea. I don't know
bailiffs in and stuff like that. You don't know.
I don't know how far legally they can chase them because it's a civil matter, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. There's a difference between council and private parking, isn't it?
Council, you've broken the law.
Yeah. Well, council will push it all the way, won't they?
Yeah, because you've broken the law.
Yeah. They'll go out for bailiffs.
Yeah, they're duty bound.
Take your car and everything.
People always say, "Oh, in private car parks you don't have to pay," but that's a bit of a. It's not true. All it is it's a case of it's whether it's worth our while. For 60 quid, is it worth us chasing you, taking you to court? That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, the threat alone might be enough for some people then.
It does. I've had people have come into me before and said, "Oh, you send me a demand for 70 quid." I said, "Well, I didn't, but the company did.
Yeah.
And they paid it. They've told me they paid it. Yeah. And other people have told me that they've just paid the 30 quid to get rid of it.
Fear factor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of what could happen if they don't pay it, I suppose.
You generally get, like now, this person will probably come back, probably say they've gone to get change.
Is it too late now once you print the ticket out?
No, I can still, until I submit it on there. So even now, I can slap it on here, set the pictures, all the rest of it.
And you can still dispose of the ticket.
And I can still cancel it, yeah.
Right.
But if
because I think with council parking, once the ticket's printed,
yeah,
I don't think there's a lot they can do, is there? They've got to follow it through and they've got to go through appeals.
Sorry?
Anyway, cheers, I'll let you carry on.
Yeah, no problem, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers.